Hey guys, it's Benedictines the vegan. Isn't it crazy that you are the only person in this world that can really understand you? There isn't any other person in this world that can understand you except you. There isn't any other person that can really see things from your perspective. There isn't any other person that have experienced life the way that you've experienced it. You are the only person in this world that has only experienced life the way that you have experienced it. You are the only person in this world that has that perspective that you have. Other people can just try to relate to you, but really you are the only person that really understand you. And that's the same for other people. The reason why this is weird is because the biggest reason why people fight is because they do not understand one another. That's it. Human beings do not understand one another. That's why they fight. Some people have big egos. They believe that the way that they understand reality is the only way to understand reality. They think that the way that they think the world should work is the only way that the world should work. It seems to me that we're not supposed to get along as humans. We're actually supposed to always fight. Because if we can't understand one another, we're going to fight. It's inevitable. That's the reason why things will never get better. Because no matter what happens, human beings are going to always have problem with one another. Because they're different. And the real problem is lack of understanding. If you don't understand me, let's just say life programs you to think that I'm evil. Let's just say life programs you to think that I'm evil. Let's just say life programs you to think that I'm demonic. Let's just say life programs you to think that people like me should not exist in this world. What if you believe that people like me should not exist in this world? What if you believe that the way life has programmed you is exactly how you should see things? What's going to happen? You're going to have a problem with me, and you're going to make my life hard because of what you believe about me. I always try my best to understand other people, even if I do not agree with them. I try to understand them because I think without understanding, we cannot love one another. There is no love without understanding. There is no peace without understanding. Really, human beings do not understand one another, and they are not meant to understand one another. And that tells us that this is a setup. Because how are we supposed to live if we can't really understand one another? We'll convince ourselves that we can make the world better. We can solve the problems that we're facing. No, we can't. We don't understand one another. People are selfish, man. People are selfish. They are programmed to only care about themselves. In fact, that is important for their survival. You see, if you're selfless, your life will be harder than the life of a person who's selfish. So that's why a lot of people are just selfish. It's much easier to just be selfish. You know, it's much easier to just be selfish. So no matter how hard we try, man, there's no fixing this world. This is exactly how things are supposed to be. No matter how hard we try, there's really no fixing this world. We're in a trap, all of us. We're in a trap. Another thing that you must understand is that humans are not really interested in truth. Because you think that humans are interested in truth. Because if we were interested in truth, we'd actually be able to solve some of the problems that we haven't been able to solve. But really, we're not interested in truth. What humans are interested in is their own survival. Everyone is just trying to survive. They're only interested in truth when it serves them. If they know that, okay, here's the truth. If every person understood this truth, things will be better for me. They're gonna understand it. And they're gonna want other people to understand it. But if they feel like, yo, if other people understood this truth, my life will be destroyed. They will try to convince themselves that, nah, that isn't really the truth. Your mind can play tricks. That's something that you must know about your mind. It can really play tricks. Because really, what's important to you is survival. Your mind will always try to convince you to believe things that are going to help you survive. Your mind is not going to try to convince you to believe things that are going to make your life harder. Nope. They're supposed to be selfish. It's only when people are operating at a high level of consciousness that they're able to see that. You see? So they challenge their own mind. They realize how they've been programmed, so they challenge their own minds. Human beings are not interested in truth, man. Really, if humans were interested in truth, we will be able to solve some of the problems that we're facing. And this world will change. Do you think that if humans were interested in truth, they will continue to have babies? Because for a lot of people, it really doesn't make sense to have children. A lot of people in this world are suffering like crazy. Things are not going well for a lot of people in this world. A lot of people are confused in this world. A lot of people are slaves. A lot of people are living in poverty. A lot of people don't have the things that they want. There are things that they've wanted their whole lives, and they cannot have these things because we live in this crazy world where everything is supposed to be hard. Because if things were simple, people wouldn't want to be slaves. I mean, think about it. Why would you choose to be a slave if things are actually simple? If you are able to get the things that you want without working very hard, why would you choose to work very hard? Why would you choose to work for someone? Things are the way that they are so that it will be easy for the people that are controlling the world to enslave everyone. I want you to understand that. So for a lot of people, it doesn't make sense to bring children into this world because they've suffered a lot. They've struggled their whole lives. They are broken. People are broken. They won't tell you unless they really trust you. Unless they really trust you enough to confide in you. But really, people are broken, bro. Trust me. People are really, really, really broken in this world, man. There are a lot of people who would not want to be here forever. People who will not want to come back here. There are a lot of people who would say, nah, this is it. There's no way I'm coming back here. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I just got this idea now. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll probably do this. I know. Let me not tell you when. I don't want to put that kind of pressure on myself. But I'm gonna walk around asking people if they will actually want to come back here after dying. If they would want to reincarnate back here. I'm not talking about getting resurrected, because that's a different thing. I'm talking about actually coming back and forgetting that you've been here before and living this life as another person or as the person that you've been. I'm gonna walk around asking people that. Yeah, girl, after dying, would you want to come back into this world as another person without remembering that you've been here before? You'll see that there are a lot of people who say no fucking way, this world is crazy, why would I want to come back here? I mean, really, why would anyone want to come back here? I mean, unless you're a psycho or you just stupid, because there are people that are stupid. I mean, let's not assume that we're operating at the same level of awareness, all right? There are people that are really, really, really stupid in this world. When you see other people, you assume that, they're just like me. No, they're not. Some people are actually retarded. It's just that we're supposed to be retarded, you see? We are supposed to be retarded. In fact, we've been programmed since we were kids to just be retarded, and that's considered to be okay. People are just supposed to see things the same way, to not have their own opinions. If you have your own opinions, you are a problem in this world. So you're not supposed to have your own opinions. You're supposed to be retarded. It gets to a point where when you try to speak to people and tell them what you really think, their minds start glitching. Because they didn't even know that it was possible to think the way that you think. Like, they don't even know what to say. You tell them that, yo, this is what I think about the world, and they just don't know what to say. Like, they can't even form an opinion in their heads. I mean, think about it, man. Does that make sense? A human is supposed to be smart, isn't it? Ain't we supposed to, be able to come up with ideas? Ain't we supposed to have our own perspectives, understand the world better, always be evolving? I mean, that's how humans are supposed to be, right? But nah, they're not that way. They've been conditioned since they were young to actually be mediocre, or see things the same way, to just be retarded. And it is okay to actually be retarded, because trust me, man, people are retarded. It's just that because it is okay to be retarded in this world, it doesn't seem like people are actually retarded. And when I say retarded, I'm not talking about people that have mental conditions that are making them behave in ways that we don't accept in this world and whatever. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. There are a lot of people that I believe are really, really smart, even though they've been diagnosed with different mental conditions, different mental illnesses. When I say people are retarded, I mean they do not think. They're unable to think for themselves. That's being retarded, because you're supposed to be able to think. If you can't think, you're not operating at a level that you're supposed to be operating at. I'm telling you, man, people are really, really retarded. And it's normal. It's normal to be retarded. What's not normal is to actually be smart. It's to think independently. It's to be woke. It's to see the truth. You're not even supposed to see the truth. Once you start seeing the truth, you become dangerous. You become a threat. You automatically become a threat. So you're not really supposed to be given opportunities that are going to put you in a better place. But hey, man, people don't care about the truth. They care about their own survival. If people really cared about the truth, things wouldn't be the way that they are. I mean, think about people that are religious. How many religions do we have in this world? Do you think that people who are religious really care about the truth, or they care about indoctrinating people? You see, the truth does not matter to these people so much that their own minds are playing tricks on them. Their own minds, because your mind is powerful. I want you to understand that. Your mind is so, so powerful. Your mind can make you believe that up is down and down is up. You can literally believe anything. Anything. Let me tell you something. If I put myself in a situation where I could help a lot of people, and I convince them, and I try to convince them that I'm Jesus, and them actually believing that I'm Jesus will mean that I would help them. It will get to a point where they actually believe that I'm Jesus. For real. Like in the beginning, they would be like, yeah, man, we just want this person to help us, whatever. But they will get to a point where they actually believe that I'm Jesus. And after a few generations, people wouldn't even know that I made this shit up. They would just believe that I'm Jesus. And you look at them and be like, what's wrong with those people? But the truth is, you would fall for the same trick. You're a human, right? Unless you care about the truth, because there are very, very few people in this world that actually care about the truth. The majority of people do not care about the truth, but there are very, very few people in this world that really, really care about the truth, even if the truth does not serve them. You see, if you want to know if you care about the truth, ask yourself, is there a truth that I'm willing to accept even if it does not serve me? Is there a truth that I'm able to accept, or that I've accepted, that really, really hurts me? Am I able to accept the truth even if it means that I have to do something that's going to put me in a bad situation? Or I'm just going to try to convince myself that that ain't the truth, and end up believing that that ain't the truth, because what I'm interested in is survival. I mean, how many times have you saved your own ass in situations where you could have accepted the truth, in situations where you could have acknowledged the truth, but you realize that acknowledging the truth in this situation is going to get me in trouble. Speaking the truth in this situation is going to get me in trouble. So I might have to lie. What you're really interested in as a human is survival. There are just few humans that really, 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 really care about the truth. I'm one of them. You see, one of the biggest reasons why I'm not afraid of God, for an example, is because I know the amount of work that I've done to find Him. There've been times when I was trying to figure out, man, is this things that I'm hearing about God true? Let me try to study the Bible. Let me debate with people who believe in religions that I know nothing about. Let's see what's going on. Like, I genuinely wanted to know what the truth is. A lot of people who believe in God have never, tried to figure out what the truth is. They just believe in God because the people that they know believe in God. Like I said, people are interested in being in better situations. They're interested in being safe. They're interested in their own survival. So if it serves them to believe in God, they're going to believe in God because it's cool to believe in God, right? I mean, it's cool. Dude, you remember the video that I did a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks back, where I was asking people if they believe in God? A lot of people treated me with so much respect. Like I was an important person, Why? Because they thought that I believe in God, you see? That's why I told you that believing in God makes you look cool. Saying that you believe in God makes you look cool. See, if you live a good life and you claim that you believe in God, people are going to automatically respect you, But if you tell people that, I don't believe God exists, they'll still respect you, but they don't like love you. Like I said, love is understanding. So they won't really like they will let me put it this way: they're gonna fear you. They're not gonna really respect you. They'll just be afraid of you. Like, damn, man, like this person might be possessed, man. No, I can see that this person is smart, but I'm pretty sure that you remember. I remember this other dude said this. He was like, dude, don't forget that the devil was very, very smart. You know, because I was debating with them and he realized that I was winning, and the people that were there were saying that I was smart. So he was like, don't forget that the devil was very, very smart. The devil is using this guy. Like, dude, if the devil is using me, pray for me. Let's see if I start shaking. Let's see if I start saying things that, you know, people say when they're being exorcised. Let's see if that happens. Because I've been to so many different churches and nothing ever happened. I remember Daylight said something like this. It was like, I've been to so many churches and I never caught the Holy Spirit once. I don't read the Bible 20 times and I don't know how to speak in tongues. I don't really remember these lines. But he was like, maybe you're the enemy. Jesus died for all of our sins. That means we can all sin to infinity. The Holy Trinity. Trinity died in the Matrix. Did we see God in the Matrix? That architect, white nigga, face it. Zion is still his creation. Jesus was just his anomaly. Go through the sign just to get to me. The Holy Ghost is the pearly gates is what they promised me. You can take your own son life and all life, you can take it too. I done been to church too many times and I ain't caught the Holy Spirit once. I done read the Bible 20 times and I don't know how to speak in tongues. I done spoke to too many pastors calling me. I don't really remember the lyrics, but the name of the song is called Jesus. It's a dope song, you know. Daylight, Jesus. It's a dope song. But yeah, man, I've been to so many different churches and, you know, they prayed for me and nothing happened at all, you know. Nothing happened at all. The reason why I allowed, you know, different pastors to pray for me is because what I'm interested in is truth. That's what I'm interested in. I want the truth. I don't care if the truth is gonna make me feel stupid. You know, if Christianity is true, I mean, I've been saying that Christianity is not true for a very long time. I'm gonna look stupid if Christianity is true, but I don't care. You know, if I discovered that Christianity was true, and then I'll come back to this channel and, you know, tell you. But it isn't, so that will never happen. I'm really interested in truth, man. A lot of people are not interested in truth. A lot of people just want to survive in this world. They just want things to be good for them. And it's crazy how people will defend their bullshit without even realizing that they're not interested in truth. They're interested in survival. A couple of days ago, I watched a debate between Sam Harris and Jordan Peterson. I was like, dude, Sam Harris is making a lot of sense and Jordan Peterson is not making sense, but he still seems to be convinced that his bullshit is true. I'm like, come on, what's wrong with this guy, man? He's supposed to be smart. You know, I used to respect Jordan Peterson. Back in 2018, I used to respect Jordan Peterson because I was dealing with depression, and the way that he spoke about depression actually did help me. I was like, no, this guy makes sense. I stopped respecting him when he started sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. Because Jordan Peterson is not a philosopher. I want y'all to get that. He's not a philosopher. He's a psychologist. I don't know if he studied psychology or whatever, but because you don't have to study psychology to be a psychologist. I want you to get that. You have to have the gift. You have to have the gift. You have to be able to understand other people. There's many psychologists that don't really understand their patients. They're just going by the book. Well, they say this about people who behave this way. They say, like, no, man, you have to really, really understand people. I mean, yeah, you can't really understand other people, but I mean, you can be conscious enough to relate better, You can be conscious enough to relate better. You can relate to them so much that they actually feel like you understand them. See, some people are able to do that. Jordan Peterson was able to do that. But he started sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. Started talking about philosophy. Like, no, you're not a philosopher. Not even close. Like, when you debate with real philosophers, you lose. I never seen a debate where Jordan Peterson was like debating with an actual philosopher where he actually won. It doesn't happen. He wins debates when he's debating with maybe feminists. Yeah, he wins those debates. He's able to win, but when he's debating with actual philosophers, he doesn't win. So I was surprised when I was watching this debate. I was like, what's wrong with this guy, man? Like, because Sam Harris makes a lot of sense. Even when he was debating with Benneter, he made a lot of sense. It was like, dude, I love this kind of people because they're intellectually honest. You see? We don't have to agree on everything, but let's try to be intellectually honest. Let's try to see things as they are. Let's try to see things as they are. When I'm facing the sun, everything looks good. When the sun is behind me, I think the image quality does not look that good. And I actually want the quality of this video to be good. I think I'm going to buy ND filters. But yeah, man, truth is important. We can't live a lie and expect things to be better in this world. But humans ain't interested in truth. Humans are interested in survival. If they were really interested in truth, they will ask themselves some really, really important questions about this world. No, they'll ask themselves, wait, why should I bring a child into this world? Have I not suffered? Is it really right for me to actually bring a child into this world where I know that they're gonna suffer? Without their consent. This is a very, very important question because people do not talk about this. People, don't want to talk about this because I think they're just afraid of the truth. Think about it. You are bringing someone into this crazy world, right? Without their consent, knowing them well that they will have to deal with a lot of things that they did not consent to. If they suffer, it's your fault. They're going to go through a lot of things, and they'll be going through these things because you decided to bring them into this world, knowing them well that it was possible for them to suffer. It's crazy that people don't ask themselves if that is really, really okay. You see, humans are not intellectually honest enough to ask themselves if it's really, really okay to bring someone into this world without their consent. I mean, yes, of course you can't get consent from someone before they're born, but isn't that a good reason to not create a new human? This world is crazy, man, and there isn't anything special that we're doing. I want y'all to get that. There isn't anything special that we're doing. I've lived a good life, right? I didn't cause a lot of harm in this world. I mean, I did cause a lot of harm, but I mean, compared to other people, the harm that I've caused is nothing. I try my best to treat people right. I try my best to be creative, make music. Whenever I can, I try to produce for other people. I record videos whenever I can. I mean, I've been uploading videos every 2 days. I'm doing something, but I can tell you that all this shit is meaningless. There isn't anything special that I'm really, really doing. Even if I made it as a musician, I wouldn't say that I'm special or I'm doing something that's special. No. We're just humans, man. Struggling to survive, living in our own heads, controlled by our desires, being ignorant, allowing the people that are more powerful than us to control us, convincing ourselves that it is okay, convincing ourselves that it is okay to bring children into this world, even though they're going to be controlled. Human beings are not special, We even convince ourselves that we're special, we're more special than other animals. We're not. We're just like them, and nature knows that. Nature knows that. That is why animals that eat humans don't care. If they see you, they're gonna attack you. They won't be like, oh, human beings are important, so I shouldn't be attacking this person. No, they will attack you because you're not important. You just convince yourself that you are. So you convince yourself in your own head that you are actually important. Like I keep on telling you that human beings are delusional. They don't care about the truth. They care about survival. That is why when they get attacked by animals, they feel like that animal must get killed. There have been so many instances where I've had people saying, like after maybe an animal has killed someone, I've had lots of people, there have been so many times where I've had lots of people saying that, oh, you should find that animal and kill it. Kill it for what, man? It did what it was programmed to do. It was not wrong. I want you to get that. It was not wrong. It's just programmed that way. Human beings should respect animals. Try to stay away from them. Where I live, almost every time when a person gets attacked by an animal, it was their fault. People go and fish where they know there's crocodiles. what do you think gonna happen? Crocodiles don't give a fuck. Crocodiles are gonna attack you. Today when I was coming this side, I passed some kids saying, yo, there's a baboon there, there's a baboon there. We saw a baboon and they're waiting for it. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? I mean, baboons are way too dangerous. Their parents were there as well. They didn't try to warn these kids, you know, let them know that, hey man, don't attack a baboon. It'll fuck you up. I'm not sure if it was an actual baboon, but who knows? The truth is, human beings do not care about truth. They think that they are special. They think they are so special that they've created rules that have imprisoned them. I want you to get that. Like, we can't even be ourselves as humans. We are told that, you know, we cannot do certain things because we'll be sinning. Human beings shouldn't be doing certain things because they'll be sinning. If you do certain things, you're sick. Like, dude, that's part of being human. There are things that some humans believe that other humans shouldn't do because of their religions. You know, we're so special. God chose us and He wants us to do the right thing. Like, no, man, it's just a way to enslave other people, man. It's just a way to control other people. But because human beings are delusional and they only care about survival, they believe these things. You see? Actually, them believing that they are special is actually making things worse for them. Because if they did not believe that they're special, they will be free to do a lot of things that they will be free to do a lot of things that are considered to be wrong by people that are trying to control them. You know, they'll be free to be themselves. They will not judge one another. Because ask yourself, what does it really mean to be human? Why can't you just enjoy yourself as a human? Why should other animals be able to enjoy themselves? But when it comes to humans, we say, that is wrong. You cannot do that. That is wrong. We judge one another. Don't you think that is actually retarded? It's crazy that human beings believe that they are so special, and that belief is actually limiting them. They're not even allowed to be smart. They're not even allowed to be creative. There are some things that if you do, even if they are going to make society better, other humans are going to judge you. There are lots of humans that are actually against progress because of what they've been conditioned to believe, you know. And they had to believe these things because of survival. Like I keep on telling you that what's really important to humans is survival. It's not truth. If humans were interested in truth, we'll be alright. If humans were interested in truth, there will be equality in this world. The reason why there is inequality is because human beings are not interested in truth. There are a lot of things that are true that human beings do not want to accept that these things are true, that are going to actually solve the problems that are actually causing inequality. See, people are just interested in truth when it serves them. The ego is interested in truth when it serves it. That's it. Because really, if you were interested in truth, even if you had money maybe to send your kid to a private school, you wouldn't send your kid to a private school. You'd be like, you know what? I don't want to give my child an unfair advantage. I don't believe in that. I mean, what makes my child to be so special that they have to attend a private school? Because really, if you believe in equality, then every child must be equal. Remember, children didn't do shit. It's just that some parents are fucking retarded, right? They bring children into this world even if they know that they don't have money. I want you to get that. Like, you can't do that to your children, man. Like, if you're broke, just think, man. But yeah, I don't think anyone should be bringing children into this world. But it's so weird to me that the people that are broke are the ones that are bringing children into this world. They're bringing more children compared to the people that actually have money. Dumb people are actually outbreeding smart people. Poor people are actually outbreeding rich people. The only few rich people that are reproducing like crazy, Nick Cannon, Elon Musk, but a lot of rich people don't got time to be doing that. They want to do their own thing. But yeah, man, really, if we believe in equality, we'll make sure that children have everything that they need to make it. I want you to understand that there are children into this world that are just not going to make it. Not because they're not good enough, not because they're not smart enough, not because they're not capable, not because they're not deserving, but because they're broke. They were born in a poor family. They not going to get the things that they need in order to succeed, you see. They're not going to get the kind of education that they need in order to succeed. They're not going to have the kind of resources that they need to succeed, because you also need resources. You don't just succeed in this world if you don't have money. It doesn't work that way. You gotta have money. But some parents think that their children are just going to make it even if they do not have money. It doesn't work that way. You bring a child into this world and let the government take care of things. What do you think the government's gonna do? Remember, what people who are rich and people that have money, even if they're not really rich, what they're really interested in, what the people that are rich and people that have money are interested in is making sure that they do not lose their status. Like, they stay at the level that they are at. People who are rich want to stay rich or become more rich. People who have money want to maintain their status. They want to maintain their standard of living or make more money and then, find themselves living better than they're living. So they do their best to make sure that if you are at the bottom, you don't get to where they are at. It's very, very hard to make it in this world. It's very, very hard to break out of poverty in this world. It's very, very, very hard. People think that you just need to be talented, you just need to be smart. No, it doesn't work that way. There have been so many people that I know that were really, really talented, like incredibly talented, that have not been able to make it because they did not have money. There have been so many people that I know that were super, super smart that weren't able to make. It gets to a point where if you are smart, the only way for you to make it is to just scam people. That's why sometimes when I see a person that came from nothing scamming people, I'm like, this person came from nothing, man. We just gotta understand. do they actually deserve to be poor? Why should they be poor? I mean, I'm not saying, if you don't have money, you should scam people. I'm saying that for some people, that's the only way. Because there have been systems that have been put in place to ensure that they do not make it to the top. It's like if you were black during the time of slavery, what do you think will happen if you were like really, really smart and you really, really were capable of actually making it? Do you think that slave masters will actually give you opportunities, or they will be threatened by you? They'll be like, nah, hey, this one might actually change things. They will be threatened by you. So that's how things are now. The people that are at the top, the people that are doing well, are threatened by people that are at the bottom, that are actually smart and that are actually capable. So the only way for some of these people to make it is to just be corrupt, break the law, take serious risks. And when that happens, and I see people who have money asking themselves, oh, how could this person do this? Like, yo, you have things. You grew up in a good family. You know what it's like to sleep in a nice room. You know what it's like to eat the kind of food that you want to eat. You know what it's like to have access to a lot of things that you want. You know what it's like to drive a car that you didn't buy. You know what it's like to be respected by people just because you come from a certain family. You know what it's like to just not struggle, to just have things. Some people don't know what it's like to actually have things. They lived in poverty their whole lives. They don't know what it's like to have things. They never had shit. They just struggled. So who are you to be judging them? If things were really good for you, who are you to judge them? If you are really interested in truth, you'd actually understand that they're just trying to have the things that you have. They were just in a situation that made it hard for them to have these things, and you were in a situation that made it easy for you to have these things that you have. Is that fair to you, that you actually had access to things that other people didn't have access to, and because of that you were able to succeed, you were able to have a lot of things? Is that fair? If it isn't, then you cannot be blaming people that are doing whatever they can to make it. And again, I'm not saying that you should walk around scamming people, you should walk around robbing people, you should be corrupt, you should do things that are illegal. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I understand. That's all that I'm saying. Because there have been so many situations where people have done things that are considered to be wrong. But when I, try to understand that situation and realize that, nah, man, actually, they did what any person in their situation could have done if they were courageous. But yeah, some people will not understand why some people do the horrible things that they do, because they're programmed to be selfish. They are programmed to only see what serves them. They are programmed to only see things from their perspective. They don't try to understand other people. They don't try to understand the truth. And I think if we wanted to at least make things a bit better, we should be trying to understand other people. You can't be trying to control other people without really understanding them. If you can't relate, you can't relate. So why are you trying to control others if you can't relate to them? We live in a very, very cruel world, man. And no one asked to be here. We just found ourselves here. And there are no rules. That is the truth. We found ourselves here. There are no rules. People are doing what they gotta do to survive. That we must understand. You know, if in South Africa there's a lot of crime, lots of people that rob other people, and that happens because a lot of people are unemployed. A lot of people don't have money. They don't know how to make money because they weren't taught how to make money. So what should they do? Should they kill themselves because they can't have the things that they actually want? I mean, is it okay for a person to live in this world without the things that they want? Or should they actually try to do what they gotta do to have the things that they want? I mean, you don't make it easy for people to exit. Because there are people that are so selfish that they believe that, you know, people should be here no matter what. Like, come on, man. Let's make things easy. Let's not make things hard. I understand that we don't understand one another because, yeah, if you feel like a person should not be allowed to exit this place if they want to exit, you do not understand them, obviously. You don't understand why they feel the way that they feel. You are only seeing things from your perspective because you've only seen things from your perspective your whole life. Your truth is not their truth. They have their own way of seeing things, and because of that, it makes sense to them that they actually have the power to choose when things end for them in this world. But nah, you're so selfish that you don't even see that you're just making their lives hard. I was watching this other video of this other old lady. Talking about she wants to be assisted to exit this place. She was crying. She couldn't even walk, so she was on a wheelchair. And I thought to myself that a lot of people in this world who actually think they're good people, like they're so fucking stupid that they think they're good people even when what they're doing is really, really horrible. What they're doing is so horrible, but because they are so naive, they don't understand that what they're doing is horrible. It's crazy that we do not understand one another, and because of that we find ourselves fighting. We find ourselves hating one another for stupid reasons. I saw this other comment on TikTok 2 weeks back. This other dude was like, I hate this guy, you know, because I also upload videos on TikTok. So this guy commented that he hates me. He has seen a couple of videos from me, so he hates me. I was like, bro, I'm just speaking my truth. I don't hate you. I don't hate you because you're a Christian. I'm just speaking the truth. It's not like I'm gonna hate a person for believing in things that I don't, believe in. No, I'm not gonna hate a person for that. Why? You are who you are. Life conditioned you to see things the way that you see things. Where am I to judge you? Believe what you believe. I'm just going to tell you that what you believe is in truth. No, it's not the truth. Because I trust myself. I know that I've done enough work. To figure out what isn't true. I might not really know exactly what the truth is. And I think you're not supposed to know for sure. But I think what I understand about reality makes a lot of sense. You're not really supposed to know for sure what the truth is. You're supposed to take a leap of faith, really. After philosophizing about a lot of things, if you have done the right kind of work to understand reality, you just gotta take a leap of faith. In the end, you just gotta take a leap of faith. Because there isn't anyone that's gonna come from somewhere and tell you that, yeah, that's the truth. Even if, like I told you, on the video titled, do you really understand reality? Like I told you that you cannot trust anything outside of you. Like even if an alien came and said, you know what, even if an alien came to this planet and said, you know what, we created y'all, we created humanity. Why should you believe them? You will have no reason to believe them. It's possible that they'll actually be lying to you. It's very, very possible. It's also possible that you could just be hallucinating. Like I said, you can't really trust anything outside of you. So really, believing anything will require a leap of faith. They will actually require a leap of faith. This reality is strange. Things are obviously not what they seem. People want to act like they understand reality because of what they are seeing. Really, do you understand reality? How long have you been here? How sure are you that this world existed before you were here? How sure are you that this world is going to continue to exist after you die? How sure are you that you're going to die? What if you don't die in your own perspective? Like, I'm not trying to scare you, right? But yeah, you must question everything. Don't be too sure. Don't be too sure. Just question everything, and that's what's gonna help you. If you don't do that, there will be a lot of people that are going to be lying to you. The people that are getting scammed in this world are people that don't think for themselves. People that are not trying to find out what the truth is themselves. They are just, relying on other people. People are selfish, man. Human beings are selfish. And they will continue to be selfish. Thank you.